Oh, enchiladas. I love enchiladas, and most of us here in South Texas do love an enchilada. If I were cooking enchiladas in a restaurant, I probably would not use this recipe. But on a Tuesday night at home with my family, this is comfort food. This is the essence of Tex-Mex, of South Texas. Its simplicity, its beauty, its flavor, it's everything perfect about South Texas. When Texas gets it right, we get enchiladas. So what do I do when I'm making enchiladas for my family at home on a Tuesday night or a Wednesday night, just throughout the week? I keep it simple. I don't complicate it. Now, there'll be discussions from people that I say I should make my own chili, that I should make my own gravy, that I should do this, that, whatever. It's fine. Everyone has their own taste. Everyone has their own preference. I have mine. I tend to start off with 2 cans of Wolf Brand chili. Just tinned chili. It's nothing fancy. No beans. No beans. I don't put beans in my chili. And I don't think most of us Texans do. So after I've started off with these 2 cans of Wolf Brand chili, I begin to put a little vegetable oil in the pan. And I begin to just lightly soften the tortillas. It's not a complicated art, just only for a few seconds to soften them up. Some people put them directly in the chili. I don't. I think the vegetable oil gives the tortilla a much more rich flavor. Remember, this is a layered flavor. It's the corn, it's the oil, it's the chili, it's the yellow American cheddar cheese, the onions, it's all of it. So I put these tortillas in the oil and I soften them until just almost like a tissue, very paper soft. And then I pull them out and I just lay them on a plate or something. And I do this over to over again until I get the desired number of tortillas softened. Then the magic begins to happen. After I've done softened the tortillas, in the same pan I drain the oil and I pour in the 2 cans of Wolf Brand chili. And this is not sponsored by Wolf Brand at all. You can use whatever brand you like. I don't really care. But I use Wolf Brand chili because it's what we commonly use. We love it here. But I put both cans of chili in there after I drain the oil out. I just let it warm up. You see, this is not a complicated process. Sometimes people overly complicate it, but it's not really complicated at all. But the real magic of this whole thing begins to happen when it comes together. Now, while our chili is heating up, you and I can have a little discussion about enchiladas. I love going to a restaurant on a Saturday morning at 9 in the morning and getting a big old plate of enchiladas for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner. Now, everybody, like I say, has their own way of cooking enchiladas. I think it's just real simple. You shouldn't overly complicate it at all. But like I said earlier, this is the essence of South Texas. It's the essence of Texas. It can be served with all sorts of things: rice, beans, guacamole, you name it. But enchiladas are a real art. It's a real bit of history, a real bit of Tex-Mex flavor. It's a real bit of what makes us South Texans. Now that your chili's heated up, I tend to put a little bit in the bottom of the pan, baking sheet or a cake pan. Just put a little bit in the bottom, line it out, nothing overly complicated, just a little thin layer on the bottom. After I do that, I lay the tortillas out one at a time. Put a little bit in the bottom of this pan, right into that pan that I put the chili in, the cake pan. Casserole dish, whatever it is you're using. I put a spoonful of chili, a good dose of cheese. Now, if you'll notice with my cheese, what I did here is I mixed the yellow cheddar cheese with the onions as I'm grating this. I don't use the bagged shredded cheese, although you could if that's what you wanted to do. I prefer to shred my own cheese. I want to get my hands in there. I want to chop up my own onions. And I want to make this thing feel like it's home. So I shred this cheese, chop up my onions, mix it all together. When I'm rolling this thing up, I simply put a spoonful of chili, a handful of this cheese and onion mixture, and then I roll. Tightly roll. I put it in the pan. And I do this over and over and over again, constantly repeating the process, doing it over and over and over again, not getting in any hurry. You'll see that because I put the chili on the bottom of the pan, it begins to get more coated on the outside. So I have this tortilla, this corn tortilla, this vegetable oil, and this nice chili gravy slightly all on the outside. That's one layer of flavor. On the inside, I have the chili, the cheese, and the onions. And then again, I roll. I roll. Pull it tight, roll it, put it in a line. Now, after I've done this, I take it and I just simply cover the top with the remaining chili, cheese, and onions. Chili, cheese, and onions. Layer it on top. It's not perfect. It's not going to look great. I'm not out to win a Michelin star here because no real Michelin stars are in Texas, right? They're not that important. I don't like cooking for people who have a wallet. I'd rather cook for people that I love. It's more important. That's where you see the real passion. So then what you do, layer it on top, chili, cheese, and onions. Chili, cheese, and the onions. Over and over again. Then you're just gonna stick it in the oven and you're gonna bake it. Not long, 10, 15 minutes. Enough to melt the cheese on top, blend the onions, enough for it all to just kind of come together. Again, this isn't complicated. You're just gonna bake it. And while you're baking it, you're gonna do the dishes. Because you don't wanna have this big, beautiful thing of dinner together with your family and be rushed through it and be thinking, I gotta do the dishes. So you're going to do the dishes while these are baking. About the time you're done with the dishes, 10 minutes later, these enchiladas are ready to come out of the oven. Then when they come out of the oven, put them on a plate by themselves with some Spanish rice or refried beans. Maybe a scoop of guacamole. Maybe nothing at all. Maybe nothing at all. And then enjoy it. Enjoy the flavor of Texas. Enjoy the enchilada. Enjoy the beauty that comes with it. Because of what you've experienced is magic. And a little piece of Texas on a Tuesday night. Now, of course, if I was in a restaurant, I would probably make my own chili gravy. Ground beef, onions, cumin, peppers, all this stuff. But at home on a Tuesday night, why not simplify it? Why does it have to be complicated? It doesn't. Because you're not cooking to win an award at home. You're cooking for people you love. I'm Matt Pierce. This is my blog. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. And enjoy some enchiladas.